Hi, I have been sent a weighted blanket set for my son who is 9 from Mellie. I wanted to review it on here so that you could get an idea of what they're like, because weighted blankets have become quite popular recently. I myself have recently bought one for me because I suffer from anxiety and depression, and my anxiety can leave me quite restless at night. So lots of people have told me, use one, see if it helps with your insomnia, see if it helps your sort of restless legs that you get, see if it makes you feel more comfortable, really. And my son also is beginning to show signs of anxiety. So what we've done is looked at ways to help him feel more comfortable. And it's not just at night, it's during the day, how he can feel comforted if he's having a particularly anxious time, or if he just wants to be comforted. It could be anything. It could be having a bit of a down day, it could be a bit annoyed with something. Sensory products are great when a child doesn't know how to express their feelings or isn't sure what they're feeling and just wants to be comforted. So I was approached by Mellie and asked if I'd have a look at theirs. Thankfully, it was really well packaged, so arrived without any damage, and it came quite quickly actually from when I ordered it. It came within 3 days. It comes in a beautiful fleecy holdall, which is always handy, and inside you get 2 different removable covers as well as the blanket. It's already wrapped in the main fleecy one, as you can see here. You get your care instructions, and that's your lightweight. The care instructions are really, really useful. You need to know exactly how to wash things safely because we don't want to ruin them. So this is the fleecy blanket cover, and it's gorgeous, as you can see, this aquamarine detail. It's bright, it's beautiful. And this is the lightweight one, which is really pretty. White stars on a light blue background. So in the pack you get obviously the 2 removable covers. The first one is a very lightweight one, which is 100% cotton, so that you can get the airflow through it, so that you can have a cooler experience, because weighted blankets are obviously warm because they're heavier. And if it's like a hot day, or you're just a person that doesn't like being too warm, that's the cover you'd use. The one it already comes attached to when you first open it is the fleece one, which is the warm one if you want, especially if it's winter. Like now it's freezing, so it's the best one for this temperature. And what happens is it's already attached by 10 loops, which I'll show you here. So they're tied, and there's 10 of these loops around the blanket. As you can see, the blanket's here, and all the glass beads are evenly spread out. The materials used means that you don't feel the glass beads, which you can do with some blankets. And then once you take the cover off, well, you just have to undo all of these, and then you can take this off to wash it or to change it to the cooler one. And this then can be zipped easily. Once you've attached it, put the new one on, or the clean one. You attach them back on and you put the zip back up, which one you've zipped up, it doesn't actually show. It's a hidden zip, which is quite nice. You actually can't see the zip because it's literally like that. So it looks nice. The blanket has a 10 by 10 centimetre square pocket design, which assures you've got even distribution of the glass beads, and the thick material that is used for the blanket without the cover is made in a way that you don't feel the glass beads when the blanket's on you, which is brilliant. The blanket itself is machine washable if your machine can take the particular weight of your blanket. And obviously the covers are removable so that you can clean them and change them according to the weather or how you feel, which one you prefer to use. And the travel bag I really like that it all comes in, because it's fleecy and it's soft and it's quite large, and it's a zipper one, so you can use it for these, or my son quite likes to use it for some of his smaller toys, his cuddly toys. that you can hang on the back of his bedroom door. So it's always handy for anything really. But then if we go away, up to see my partner, or if we go on holiday, we can fold up the blanket and put it in there, and it's nice, doesn't get dirty, doesn't get damaged. In terms of which size to go for, if it's for you or a child, they always recommend 7 to 12% of your body weight. So always do the maths and work that out before you order. What's really important to bear in mind is that it can take up to 2 weeks for someone to get used to using a weighted blanket. I know when I first got mine, I didn't quite like it, but as the days went on, I kept trying it, like when I was watching telly rather than actually going to sleep, and I found that it was more and more comfortable because my body was getting used to it, and actually now I really like it. So it's I would say if your child's or you is a bit funny about it at first, do persist with it for a couple of weeks. The first time I tried it, I was a bit like, this is very heavy, I'm not sure I like it, but then I sort of stayed with it for a bit and actually found I quite liked it. It felt like I was being held almost. And then sort of by day 4 or 5, as I was watching telly with it, I'd find myself sort of nodding off in the middle of a programme, which is really rare for me these days. I hardly sleep, so as you can probably see, I've been away for a week and I didn't take my blanket with me, and today I'm back and you can see the state of me. So I'm quite looking forward to my bed tonight. So yeah, it was, then I started to feel the benefits a little bit. So I started to, I when I'm in bed, as soon as I go to bed, I'm starting to shake. So my hands will be itching something, I'll be wiggling, my legs will be non-stop, sort of my feet won't stop moving, and I just get very restless. As soon as I put that on, sort of, now this is by week and a half, I instantly feel my body sort of responds to it, whereas before that, early on, it took a little while, so I'd have to have it on me for 10, 15, 20 minutes and then I'd start to feel better. This now, I'm at the stage where it's pretty much immediate. I find them quite good for my anxiety, for my restlessness, and for my insomnia. I do feel that they help me get to sleep better. And if I keep it on it all night, it helps me stay asleep better. Sometimes if it's a particularly hot day and I'm just not feeling it, I will use it to get to sleep, but then as I'm getting sleepy, I might roll it off. It depends, and it's really nice when you don't feel well and you just, during the day, you're watching telly on the sofa if you're poorly, or if you've just had a rubbish day and you just want a bit of comfort. Now, it's just a really nice way of grounding your body, and grounding is something I really struggle with, so this is why I've got one for my son now, because I want to see if it helps him. And pretty similar, it's weird how, the first couple of days he was a bit like, I don't know, this is a bit heavy. So we put on the light blanket to keep it cool for him, and he responded better to that one. Now we're at week 2, he really likes the blanket in general now, and because it's really cold, he really likes the fleecy one. He loves the colours, he loves that it's like aqua marine, kind of under the sea theme. He loves that. It goes with his sort of blue marine-y V-pillow. Dog's enjoying it while my son's not on the bed. He is also very taken with it, as does my son, who loves tucking into it every night for story time. So overall, I really like quite a lot of things about this blanket. The first one is that it comes in a carry case, so we can take it out whenever we want. The other things are that there are 2 covers for different comforts. I love that it's all washable, always helpful when you've got kids. He's now been using it more than 2 weeks, and he loves it. As you've probably seen, he just loves getting into it when he's watching telly. He loves it on the weekend when he's just hanging out, chilling out, watching films. it is something that he has on every night before bed when we are reading stories together. And at the moment in winter, it stays on all night, and he sleeps really, really well. So if you have a kid that doesn't sleep too well, or a child that's getting a bit anxious, or a child that loves sensory comfort, then I totally recommend